May I take a look?
Absolutely. Here.
This is
Okay,
hot off the
perfect.
press. This is, when did you actually, when is it available?
Okay, well, it's available now on Amazon. That's the Spanish edition. And it's an autobiography, and of course, about Everlayn Borges. And the reason I finally wrote the book is because for years and years and years and years, everyone, friends will travel all over the world for work, and everybody will ask me questions about myself. Where are you from? What did you do? And when I started saying where I came from, how did you come to the United States? And everybody started asking me all kinds of questions. Everybody always would say, you should write a book about your life. And I'm like, I don't think I have done something like miraculous or like, I can change the world. I know that everyone has a story and everyone has its own book that they can write about your own story, right? Your own movie, your own book. But I just never thought, like, why me? But there were so many people, and I think that they saw something that I don't see on myself, and maybe it's like that girl that left Cuba very young and hasn't give up, or has always maintained, a certain amount of discipline and continue. I don't know, but I had a really bad accident with one finger in 2020 during the pandemic. And every time I would go to the doctor, to the surgeon, to the nurses, and they'll see me so sad, they will say to me, now you have a story to tell. Now you have a story to tell. And I'm like, I don't need any more stories.
I already have enough stories.
I have enough. And that really clicked, in the back of my head. And I went home every time that they would say that to me. And until I said, okay, God, I will finally do it. I will finally write the book. I don't want to break any other thing. I don't because for me, all this time was a message from everybody, but I was like, no, I don't have the ending of the book yet, which was Ever on the Edge, right? Okay. I was like, if I will write something about my journey, which I had a long journey about my life, like a lot of people, but just a lot of, people really are interested about my story and about my journey. I just always thought that at the end of the book, I need to have my end of the book, which was in my dream, was like Ever on the Edge, like conquering the American dream. But I already conquered the American dream. So I said, I just gonna finally write it before I break something else and have another accident. And God is telling me, until you don't write that book and you don't get the message, I'm gonna continue, telling you. So I finally wrote it, and I got a lot of support from a lot of people, a lot of followers, a lot of friends, and that's the Spanish edition. And the English edition is coming out in October.
I was going to say, I wish I could read this right now, but I really I don't even know where to.
I'm sorry,
I see
everybody.
Your name. I see your name here, and that's about as far as I can get.
Then I was like, no, we need you on too soon before the book.
So let me show you guys.
Please.
So it's Siempre en el Limite. Okay, which is like always in the limit, but in the English version is going to be Ever on the Edge, which Ever is my nickname. Okay, and it's just a nice read, and it's very inspirational. So basically, I just really didn't do it for any other reason than all the messages from everybody, from many people. And the English version, that is a lot of fans and followers that are asking me for it. So I said, okay, so I'm going to do it. And so that's it,
Well,
but
yes.
There's going to be number 2,
Number 2?
Yes,
because the journey is,
the journey. But so many people are interested about my journey. I don't know why, but.
How did you wind up, just an audition, or how did it come about?
Yes, it was an audition. I did a lot of work with Miami Hispanic Ballet, and the choreographer called me and he said to me, I really need you to come for this audition. And I was like, oh, but I'm on vacation. And
It's
he's
always
like,
the one when you're out of
Why
town.
is that? You want to book a role, you go on vacation. You book a vacation and you're going to get a role. That's
I
so
know.
fun. It's just this industry.
I was like, oh, I'm taking some time off. And he's like, Everlayn, I need you to come to this audition because the type of dancer that they're asking me, I don't have many. She needs to be tall and skinny and pretty. And she needs to dance like this and like that. And, it's not that I feel like, special, but most of the dancers are more like, they don't look very tall.
It's right. Traditionally,
There are tall dancers, but mostly, they're girls that are like dancers. They have muscles. They're healthy. So I went, and then it was a lot of hard work because Julio was working on his album Tango, which is tango,
yeah.
from Argentina, and he had 2 choreographers from Argentina. They flew to Miami to do the audition, and it was very, very tough. He had the best tango dancers from Argentina
in the world, right?
Literally, like the most famous one from Argentina. So we had to do this choreo, and it was like about 200 dancers.
Oh my!
And I was picked first by the choreographers from Argentina.
Okay.
Mr. Iglesias, Julio Iglesias, by them. So that was my first victory.
Wow.
Okay. So after that, I had to rehearse for 15 days.
15 days.
Learn all this choreography from Argentina, tango.
That's
different ones.
unbelievable.
About I don't remember right now, and Julio Iglesias came to see when we were done for 15 days, and he said, that was very good. That's very good, but only one is going to go.
One.
That was me.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Come on, it was you.
It was surreal. I couldn't believe it.
So when you came from Cuba, how old were you?
Why are you asking me that now?
Well, you were younger.
I was 17. It's in my book.
Right, I was going to say, I thought that was, okay. Whew, you guys watched me dodge the bullet there.
I could read it.
Right.
Just flip through.
So it was right after, that's what I'm getting at. It wasn't long after.
Yeah, it was after a couple of years. So
Right.
it was when I was 22.
Yeah. So coming from at 17 and then boom, that's all right. Very cool.
Amazing.
And it seems like you had a long background in dance as well.
Yes, I do.
Would you say that's the first thing you were really passionate about in the arts? Because obviously you do you're an actor and
it's my first love. It's my first love, obviously. I've done it for a long time, so I'm curious about perfecting other things. Like acting and enjoying another craft. I still dance, and I enjoy dancing. It's part of me. It's part of who I am, and it's beautiful. I love expressing myself, through my body and in a very healthy way. I don't want that to sound,
No. Yeah, today, whatever you say, you never know, right? I'm saying it's a different world. But anyway, and it's what I find when we got a short time to work together on the tape.
Yes, please. It was the best self-tape ever. Let me say that again. It was the best self-tape ever. Thank you, Chris
Could you guys hear
Perez.
that? Everybody? I don't think they heard it in the back.
It was the best self-tape ever. You directed me, and Chris Perez, thank you so much.
I love Chris.
That was such a great audition.
It was funny because I wasn't prepared.
You should
for
play. You don't have it
I
here?
do have. Oh my God, we'd have to find it.
Oh my God, we had to play.
Wait a
I don't
minute.
know if I ever saw
Let me go to my phone and see if I can pull that up. I think,
That audition.
hang on, I might be able to find that. Let me go. Whilst we're
Usually
talking.
don't like myself that much, but I watched that audition many times because you really got me there.